James Elder, Firefield TV, in association with Matthew Jim, my mate. It's big fight week. We're here. George Groves taking on Badou Jack for the WBC World Title. With me, I've got KALLE SAUERLAND from Sauerland Promotions. How are you, KALLE?
So nice to see you, and I'm so happy you made the trip, James.
Thank you, mate. It's a real pleasure to meet you in Vegas.
Yes.
It's a big occasion.
Yeah.
When did you get in?
I got in about an hour ago, just in time. I found a quick shower, came down and saw George looking very sharp in the ring, putting on a few moves. He's got a big crowd here. I think it'll be an interesting fight Saturday, and I can't wait for him to lift that belt.
How confident are you that George Groves will be victorious against Badou Jack? I mean, Badou Jack is a Mayweather fighter. There's a lot of Mayweather fighters on the card. He's going to be full of confidence. He's the champion.
Yeah.
How confident are you George Groves can be victorious?
It's not going 12 rounds. So, and I'm supremely confident in George. And Saturday night's going to be George's night.
I mean, when you started working with George Groves, was that the end goal to get him to becoming world champion? He's challenged twice at the highest level against Carl Crotch. Was that the end goal in getting in this moment?
Absolutely, James. I mean, Saturday night's all about this end goal. You know, we started working together last May. Of course, the fight at Wembley was a major disappointment, but we were lucky enough to get a crack at the European title. That led to this.
Yes.
It's all about Saturday night now, so it comes down to this. But George isn't under pressure. He doesn't feel pressure. He looks very, very loose. I tell you, Badou Jack is in for a hiding.
He's mixed at the highest level, George Groves. Rightly so, he said today he's a pay-per-view fighter. He's big in them momentous, memorable nights. Something like this, a night like this, he's going to look to take to his stride, surely.
You've got a question. I mean, George has fought at the MEN, he's fought at Wembley, he's fought at Wembley Stadium. You know, he's fought on David Hayes undercards, growing up as a fighter. Can Badou Jack rise to that level? It's a big stage on Saturday. It's the biggest stage. It's the MGM Garden Arena. How's he going to feel when he's defending that belt against someone like George who's been there and done it? But it's, we're not taking nothing for granted. It's boxing, and George is not underestimating anyone. He's a champion, and if I look at the bookies, George is not the clear favourite. So we just know what George can do. George knows what he can do, and I'm telling you, Saturday night, Britain will have a new world champion.
I mean, George Groves, rightly so, he's not allowing himself to look past this fight against Badou Jack, but with the super middleweights being such a sexy division and so many top-level super middleweights from the Great Britain, including George's old rival James DeGALE, have you as a promoter got one eye on their massive fights?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we also, in our stable, we have Arthur Abraham, we have Vincent Feigenbutz, the young kid who's coming through, we've got Tyron Zoiger coming through. You just said the word, it's the sexiest division. It is great, and it's great to be so involved in it.
How big would a unification fight against James DeGALE? If George Groves comes through this, his old amateur rival James DeGALE, how big would that unification bout be in your opinion, KALLE?
I think it's you've got to look at it's obviously a Wembley Stadium fight. I feel it's huge just because of the rivalry. It's got all that salt and pepper that makes a fight. And massive. But there's also other big fights. Maybe an Abraham unification next year. Maybe. There's other interesting fights out there as well. Ward, all interesting fights, good fights. Had a good chat with HBO the other day. Very keen to see what happens here on Saturday night, and I don't think this will be George's last fight in America, that's for sure.
What do you make of Carl Crotch's comments that George Groves isn't the same fighter he was before? He's been brackets Cobra. What is your take on that?
I didn't know Carl said that. I didn't think Carl would say that. I've seen the hashtag Cobra. I find it quite amusing. Cobra, well, all I'd say is, Carl, you never had your name up on the lights. George will on Saturday night. And hey, let's do part 3 in Vegas. But first we got to win on Saturday.
KALLE SAUERLAND, top man, thanks for your time. Catch you again real soon. Thank you.